Hello, my name is Chris White from Good as Geek. Joining me today is Mr. Adam Cook. How are you doing, my man?
Hello, mate. I'm good. How are you?
Marvellous. Now, if everyone's been living under a rock and they haven't heard about Fortnite, then shame on you, because it's a fantastic game. And not only is it a great game and on many devices, it has now come to iOS, which is rather interesting because it's a very different kettle of fish compared to a console and a powerful PC.
Yeah.
So, Adam, you've been playing quite a bit. So how does it actually run on an iOS, first of all?
It's kind of like magic. It runs incredibly well. Like it runs so smoothly. Like there are, like, you can see some of the textures pop in. I think a little bit more than you could on console and PC. And I would say that, for example, the video you're watching now, once I got it onto a bigger screen and had a look at it, you can see that the textures are perhaps downscaled. Not massively so, though. It doesn't look quite as crystal clear. Like I regularly play on an Xbox One X, which is, I think, like 60 frames. I guess it's 1080p, but it's very clear,
Yeah.
So there's that. But like, most people aren't going to be looking at videos played back of them playing it. Most people are just going to play the game,
Yeah, of course. So, what is there anything different, or is it essentially just Fortnite on an iOS system?
It is. I mean, it's going to be cross-play, so not right now, but you are going to be able to play with PC, PS4, and I guess Xbox One users. I mean, the whole thing's up in the air as to if they'll ever get Xbox and PS4 together. But yeah, at the moment, it's just, I think it's mainly putting you against other iOS players. But if you squad up, you then. And it's the same on consoles. Like if you squad up, you then can be pulled with other players from other platforms. It works very well. The only issue is the touch controls. Like, you're either going to find them fine or you're not. And I think most people will not find them fine, because while the movement's fine, it just gives you an on-screen, directional stick to move. The shooting is, so you move the camera with your right thumb, but you also tap to shoot with your right thumb, and because it's obviously not going to be as, there's no aim down sights. Well, there is, but it's not. It's, again, you tap a button to aim down sights, then it's a toggle. But there's a generous auto aim or aim correction, I guess, so that you can definitely feel once you get a beat on someone, it will help you out a bit,
Yeah. I mean, are there any peripherals out there that you can get for iOS, like an iPad, like a controller or something?
So the one I use is called a Game Vice. They actually sent us one of these a long time ago, and it's a shell with like a ribbon, almost a plastic ribbon behind it, and your phone slots into that, connects bang into it via the Lightning dock, and it's just basically an Xbox controller, but as a sort of square, more rectangular shell. My one doesn't work. I have read up a little bit, and there's a Game Vice that I think is a bit newer that apparently does work. And I guess that there's lots of different Bluetooth controllers. I'm sure someone's found a way, but currently no. Currently it doesn't work. It will be good when it does.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you've touched on the textures and stuff like that, but visually, like, how does it compare?
It's fine. Like, it's exactly what you'd expect from playing on a phone. Like this, I don't think, obviously this isn't designed for you to play it instead of. It's designed so that you can keep playing, because it's obviously uses your Epic account to sync up across cloud, I guess. And that means, if you've got a battle pass, and you can do, because obviously in Fortnite you can customize your own loading screen, and that will be present, on iOS. It is. I don't really know another way of putting this across. This is the same game with touch controls. It's the same game. It's genuinely incredibly impressive that this works. I know phones have come a long way, and I know that they can run these incredible games now, but it's still kind of weird to play the same experience. The only difference is the input device,
Yeah, I mean, it is massively impressive. You never kind of see this coming, really, with such a big game like Fortnite coming to phones.
I mean, I've been playing on an iPhone 7 Plus. I would guess if you played it on an iPad, perhaps it would be a bit more comfortable, because you would have a bit more screen real estate. It depends on the device you're playing on. It's not going to replace Fortnite Battle Royale. It's an accompaniment to that. If you're on the school run, sat in the car, you can have a quick go on Fortnite. If you're, what I mean, that kind of thing. If you're in a hospital waiting room, put your headphones on. For God's sake, put your headphones on. There's like not a radial menu as such, but a circle that appears around the centre of the screen that gives you little indicators as to where sound and gunshots are coming from, which is new, I think. Which I guess is a concession towards mobile players, that you might be playing with the sound off. So this, this, what I'm saying is, this is not a quick, cheap, dirty port. It's actually got a lot of thought put into it, and that in itself I mean, look, I'm telling nobody anything they don't know. Fortnite is insanely big right now. Just, you have to say, fair play. They're doing good things.
Yeah, and I guess for those that are pretty much obsessed with this game, when they're away from the console, they can go and play it on their phone.
Spot on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can keep track of this on God Is a Geek. There'll be some videos and more coming on Fortnite. Thank you for your time, Adam.
Cheers, mate.
No worries, and take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.